Get all squared away. We had a question here. It says Coda. Hi there, new to your channels. Oh, thanks. Question: how much did you spend to start your homestead? I know it's off topic. Oh no, that's fine. I'll answer that. No problem answering the question. So a lot of the work that I did on here, I just did it by hand. And you know, the land that I have is I got 14 acres for 20,500, which is a smoking deal. I got it before COVID. And so the prices have come up a little bit since, but it's still not astronomical. Northern Arizona has some really great areas that are affordable. As far as my camper is concerned, I picked this up in Eagle, Colorado. It's a vintage camper. It's a 1971 Yellowstone 19-footer. I got it for $6,000. When I first got out here, I just had a wheelbarrow, a shovel, and an axe and a machete to start clearing land, and I would not recommend that because I wore myself into the ground with just, you know, doing everything by hand. But I was able to get the road into where I'm at now, just doing it with the wheelbarrow and the shovel and machete and just you know, just a lot of sweat equity. Then I had, over the years, I had invested in Bitcoin, and it started to take off really good in 2021. And so it got to the point to where I was able to afford a four-wheeler. And with that, I bought a little, it's like a small little trailer that goes behind it, but it can handle up to like 1,500 pounds, which is really nice. And so I was able to utilize that to really start cranking on my land. And it's been really nice to have that because I get so much more work done. And then as far as, let's see what else around here. I mean, I've got a wood-fired hot tub, which I'm going to do a video on that because I'm going to be replacing the tub itself because it's starting to rust out. But that whole thing only cost me like 300 bucks, so it was real cheap. And then as far as everything else around here, you just kind of incrementally build up. I mean, you get the hedge clippers, you know, you upgrade to like a better chainsaw. I've got an 18-inch Ryobi chainsaw that I use now, which I really like. That's so much better than the 14-inch that I had before. And then everything else that I've done, I got a lot of reclaimed materials. For example, like on my roof here, let's go outside and I'll show you. The roof structure, here we go. Here's the little monster right there. What's up, girl? She getting sweetie. You were doing well this morning. The roof structure, whoops, wrong way there. Let's go around like this. So if you see there, well, you can't really see it. It's all covered in snow. I forgot about that. I've got metal roofing. It's that U-channel roofing. And you can kind of see right here what type of metal it is. I got that for free from a neighbor who had it on his property and just didn't want it on there anymore. He's like, I don't have any use for this. If you want it, you can come have it. And so I was able to get that for next to nothing. And then yeah, Deacon MMA, it really does save the trailer. It's real nice. If you look here on the trailer cover, I actually used posts. This is an old juniper tree, and it's a shaggy juniper. And juniper actually performs better in its natural state than pressure treated hardwood or Douglas fir. And it's got natural, gosh, meadow's so funny. It's got natural insecticide in it, and then also it's rot resistant. So they say you can put it on the ground, like for example, you can just put it right on the ground like this without any sort of thing on the bottom, and it will not rot for the first 50 years, which is amazing. And so, you know, you think about that, and you basically just want to have it to where your structure doesn't fall apart. Now this is temporary because I am planning to build something, and I'll probably get started on that this fall, and so I'll reveal those plans later. But you know, for the meantime, it's been nice to have this because, especially last year when the monsoons hit or when the hot weather got here, man, it really made a difference not having the sun on the camper. Now on the back here, let me show you. I did not. The front is fine. It's all waterproof. It's all good to go. The back there is not. You see how there's gaps right there, and the wood looks all like it's deteriorating. The reason why is I wasn't able to source the metal U-channel roofing for the back because I wanted to match the front. So I wasn't able to source that before the monsoons set in, and so as a result, you know, it was only $125 worth of plywood up there, and I thought, well, I'll just let it kind of go for the winter, you know, for the rainy season, and then also for the winter months. And then once I'm able to source that, I said, hey, no, get out of there, don't knock that over, no. I got Meadow here. Let me show you what she's doing. She's running around like crazy, jumping up on me, and I'm trying to talk. This is kind of this is kind of hard to do. But I wasn't able to source that, and I wanted to match. And so this year, if I have to, I'll just pay for that metal U-channel roofing from, like, you know, Home Depot or wherever. But altogether with the camper cover, I only spent about $1,000 on it with the actual plywood and also the 2x6s and 2x8s that I have on there. It was actually less than 1,000. I think it was like $850. And so all in out here, including the quad, and then the camper cover, the camper, the price of the land. So you got $20,500 for the price of the land. The camper was $6,000. The quad was $9,000. Well, it's $10,000 with the warranty. And then the camper cover was $1,000. All of that together, you're like 27. Is like $37,000. And I paid cash for everything. That was one thing, is I didn't want to have any debt, and that's why I stayed on the road for so long. And I wanted to, you know, make sure that I was able to just pay out of pocket. And so I did that with cash, and therefore it just makes it easier when you're off grid to not have payments, because you have just, you know, weird incidentals that come up that cost money, and you want to have it to where you're not like, you know, making payments and having like a stressed monthly budget. Let's see. Somebody was asking if there's contractors. Yeah, there's definitely contractors you can get out here. Lots of people are pretty handy and they can work, and you know, they're definitely willing to help out. And then Darren, yeah, hey, happy to see you. Wow, Meadow's getting big quickly. Yeah, she's getting big. She's probably tripled in size since I adopted her 2 months ago. Well, it's been 11 weeks since I've adopted her, so almost not 11 weeks. Let's see, I got her on. It's almost, well, it's been almost 2 months, so I guess 8 weeks. So I've had her. Come here, Meadow. And I mean, she's got an appetite like you wouldn't believe, which is great. I mean, I'm just you know, feeding her all the good raw diet food and everything. But Deacon MMA, yeah, under 40,000. I mean, I wanted to try to do this as economically as possible, and that's why I did a lot of the work. I did all the work myself. You know, is that I wanted to, with clearing land and everything like that, I just didn't want to pay out of pocket because I didn't have the finances for it. You know, I got censored on YouTube back when all that COVID stuff was going on, and it took my finances and took them down to a fraction of what they used to be. And so I was forced to do it all by hand. But, you know, the nice thing about that was I took my time, and I feel like as a result, I thought about things a lot more and really analyzed if I wanted to, you know, clear this section of land, or, you know, how I wanted to build my natural fence, all that stuff. And I think it makes the property look cooler, and it makes it look more authentic and more kind of rustic. Because like with the trail that I built through here, it would have been easy to come in and do that in a day with a tractor, but it would have had that tractor look to it. You know, it would have had the blade look as opposed to the hand dug look. And when people come over, they're like, "Man, your place looks really rustic and cool," and it's because I did it all by hand. Now, you know, the thing about doing stuff by hand is that your body hurts, and that's why I'm really glad that I got that hot tub. Come up here, sweetie. Come up here. Come on, up here. What are you doing? Come on, up here. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Come on, up here. Now, and then she goes back outside. You know, that's why I built that hot tub, so I could soak in Epsom salts every night and get it to where I could recover. Because I was getting to the point where I was running myself into the ground before I had that. And, oh, thank you for that super chat, Sheila. I appreciate that. We'll get some treats for Meadow next time we go into town with that. And so... But, you know, taking my time, and one thing that's nice about taking your time, too, out here is you get to realize how you get to kind of witness how your land lives throughout the seasons. Because I originally, when I got here, I thought I'd be on the backside of the property. But I realize now, if I were to do that, the wintertime would be just a sufferfest, because I wouldn't be able to get any solar because of the way the sun's positioned during that time. And then also, it's... the summertime is good over there, and the spring and fall is good, but the winter, with not getting any solar and then also being in the shade, it's a lot colder. And so I go through so much more wood heating up my place. Whereas, you know, the camper here, I do get some sun on the back of it, a lot of sun on the back of it, actually, in the wintertime, because the sun's lower in the sky, so it, you know, it goes underneath the camper cover. And that passive solar heats it up during the day, and I don't have to run my stove. So just little things like that help you... you know, kind of analyze the property if you're able to take your time. Now, a lot of people don't have the luxury of taking the time to build their place out. They have to like get going. because they might be doing it as their primary residence right out the gate and not be truck camping like like I can do. And when we first did get to the property, Sierra and I were still doing a lot of local trips. We were going to Sedona all the time, and we were hitting up Flagstaff, but we weren't doing like months long trips. We'd be coming back here, drop off supplies, grab new stuff, head out, come back. So we were back and forth. So I was able to kind of slowly build my property up over time. But I would say that if you have the time to take your time analyzing your land, do it, because you'll be glad you did. A lot of people I know around here are like, man, when I got to my property, I thought I'd be in like the spot that I'm in now, but after being here for a long time, I wish I would have built over there, or I wish I would have put this structure over on that spot. So there is something to be said about taking your time. And what's nice is out here, there's you're not required to build something right away. You don't have to do that. And especially if you're coming and going, if you just want to piecemeal it together, and if you still have a place in the city, but you're able to come out on the weekends every once in a while and camp and get stuff done, just kind of do it in an increment, and you'll really get to know your land really well with that. And then if you take your time, you're able to do things the right way and make it look the way you want. Now, if you want to use a tractor and come in and knock it out, I mean, you can do it. It's a lot faster, and it's not nearly as tiring. But I like the more rustic look here, because another thing too is that with the area where my living area up here is situated, it's on a hill, and so over the eons, the soil has drained out really well from all the rains and all that stuff, and it's naturally gravelled up here. So I don't get the mud, and I can walk around, when it's raining up here. And I don't have massive, hey, Meadow, stop digging. And I don't have like a massive mud fest up here. Now in the lower meadow where the water pools and it's not naturally drained and it's just soil, it is really muddy. And I wouldn't want to be down there. But up here, it's no issue at all. I mean, we'll go outside here, I'll show you. But if you see up here, you look around, I mean, this is all rock, It's all rock through here. And that was natural like that. I didn't have to come in and do that, So it made it really nice to where I didn't have to bring in a bunch of rock to make it, where I could drive around and things like that. Let's see here.